Well, there are growing questions today about the Justice Department announcing that they are reinstating the controversial practice of asset forfeiture. Critics are concerned because they say that it allows law enforcement to seize any suspect's possessions without necessarily having to issue a criminal conviction or in some cases even an indictment.
Now, this is enormously controversial because many people are concerned that this in some way gives state and federal government authorities the ability to seize private property without having to prove that it was connected to a crime.
Police have taken $2.5 billion in the course of over 61,000 seizures of cash alone from people who, and this is the mind-blowing part, were not charged with a crime.
Well, basically, the government can take money from you without ever convicting you, without ever even charging you.
Motel Caswell, 2011, government tried to seize family's property, claiming that some drug incidents happened within the motel, but the motel owners, their property was seized?
Yeah, $1.5 million motel. And over a 14-year period, over 200,000 people stayed in the motel, and I think they accused about 6 or 10 of actually selling drugs out of the motel, not, under the permission of the motel, and then they take the motel. One of the reasons they took the motel, even though there are other motels in the area that had the same problem, they took this motel because it was paid for, and they can keep all the proceeds.
Ramos Guzman in 2011 stopped for speeding, not given a ticket, but the $28,500 in cash in his car was seized. Tell us about that.
Well, he was taking the money from to his church. It was from one church to the head church in another town a couple hours away. No one ever accused him of being related to the drug trade or of getting this money illegally. But it shouldn't be the onus on him to prove that he's innocent. The government should have to prove that you're guilty before they take your stuff. This is going on all the time. And when the Washington Post looked at it last year, a disproportionate amount of the people were poor, black, or Hispanic. And so this is another evidence of the war on drugs not being racist on purpose, but inadvertently having a racial outcome. And we ought to be very conscious of this because the people who are affected by it are very conscious of it.
Because I'm talking to you. Well, I'm not going to explain that to you. I'm not going to explain that to you. I'm not going to explain that to you, but I am going to put my drug dog on that. If my dog alerts, I'm seizing the money. You can try to get it back, but you're not getting it back. I took it to Vegas and let it. Because I'm proving it. You'll burn it up in attorney fees before we get it back to you. Okay? Why are you seizing them? Because I do drug interdiction. I'm the drug guy. I asked you if you had any bulk U.S. currency. You told me no. You said you had not. Oh, no. Yes, you would have asked me the same question. Exactly right. But the deal is, you lied to me, all right? I didn't lie to you. Yes, you did lie to me. You lied to me. You did give me permission to search. Oh, you just told me I'm putting you on record to search my car. Everything's on videotape. Everything's on videotape. You allowed me to search. Yes, you certainly did. I put you on record. Exactly. No, I did not. What I told you is I said, I'm going to search your phone real quick, and then we'll start what we're going to do with respect to you taking off the vehicle, because you're not allowed to have this car. You're not. You are not allowed to drive this car. You cannot be driving it. I'm convinced that's dope money. Now, you may get away with the cashier's checks and stuff, but you ain't getting the cash. That's going to be seized. Okay? You're up to no good. You are not a legal part of the traveling public. Do you understand? We'll figure that out later. Well, yeah, it's your cost, not mine. Exactly. I know. So you're going to tell you, yes, I have. It's the same route. So that I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. That's the same one I got. I'll tell you what. You want to keep these and you want to walk away from the rest of this? Fine. No problem. I'll let you do that. And I'll let you drive the car. It's your call. Otherwise, what I'm going to do... You put me between No, I'm not. I'm getting out of here with my stuff. No, hold on. You can take your stuff, you can take the car, and you can leave. And you'll have to abandon that. You walk away. I have to sign right now. Yep. No claim to it, and you can have the cashier's check. Fair enough? I mean, you pulled me off the traffic. Yes, that's it. Yeah, no drugs. You don't have to have drugs. You don't have to have drugs. There's no taxes paid on this money. You don't want the IRS crawling up you. Oh, no, I can prove I was just in Vegas last month. Maybe you sure can. But that's a awful lot of money to try to have the IRS call up your rear end and start getting into your life and auditing you. It's your call. If you want to walk away, you can take the cashier's check, the car, and everything in it, and you can bolt. And you'll be on your way. But you're going to be walking away from this money and abandoning it. No receipt. I'll give you a receipt. You bet I will. I'm not here stealing money. I'll give you a receipt for it, and then you'll be on your way. Is that what you want to do? Can I make a call? Nope. You cannot make any calls. Is that what you want to do?
You have no right to take this money.
Yes, I do.
I haven't done
yes,
anything.
Yes, you have. I believe you have. I believe you have. Okay?
I mean, you put me in a place where I won't have.
It's not my fault. I'm not the one rolling with this much
If I
money.
know you I have the cash, what difference does it make?
I would have wanted to have seen the cash. But in this particular case, you started on the wrong foot by lying to me about everything.
You can call me.
You're not calling anybody. It's an officer safety issue for me to allow you to call.
No, you.
For me, it's an officer safety for me.
No, you can make the call.
I'm not calling anybody. I don't have to. I have to prove my case on the side of the road. Okay, I don't have to prove that. All right, you can take these and the car and the luggage and your written warning, and you can leave, and I will give you a receipt for the money, and you abandon it, and you walk away, and you chalk it up to don't do this no more. All right, that's what it amounts to. This happens every day. I do this every single day. Every day I do this. It's all I do for a living is drug interdiction, and I get money, work going westbound because it's in the middle of the drug season. The only reason why you have that cash is because it's related to some sort of illegal activity. You know it and I know it. If you don't want the IRS on you, if you don't want the district attorney's office looking at you, if you don't want to have your family involved or anybody else looked at in a hinky way, you walk away from the money, chalk it up to experience, and go about your business. And that's what I do with the majority, everybody that's what I do with, because they don't want the problems or the headaches. So they abandon the money, they take what they've got in their wallet, or in this case, cashier's checks, and they bolt, and they go. And that's it. And then they try not to get caught again if they do it again. Okay? That sound fair? I don't have all day to sit here debating it. You need to give me a decision what you want to do. Either way, I can tell you you're not going to get the money back. You won't get it back because by the time you hire an attorney, by the time that the DA gets a case report, by the time this goes into any civil court, there's no way you prove any substance to the cash or the money whatsoever, and you never get it back anyway. So it's your call. You walk with what you've got right now, which is $10,000 in cashier's check, and you go about your business. And that's what I can do for you. Fair enough?
And even Justice Clarence Thomas, in a recent Supreme Court opinion, he noted that this is a very troubling practice. He said it frequently targets the poor and other groups, those least able to defend their interests in the proceedings. So